Hey, it's Tyler, crazyaboutcompost.com, and today I wanted to answer a question that I've been getting a lot more frequently lately now that the winter is in full swing, and that's, can I compost indoors? And the answer is yes if you're using worms, and otherwise no. And the reason for that is that compost piles are complex ecosystems full of microbes and organisms and bugs and all different kinds of things that are all there just snacking on all that organic material. And they're going to be part of the process, and that's okay. But if you're going to do it inside, keep in mind you're going to invite all that stuff inside. So let's go through a couple reasons why you shouldn't. And trust me, I've thought about this a lot because I thought it would be fun to use a compost tumbler in my basement too and just see how it worked out. But here's the reasons why that wouldn't be so good. First of all, mice. We don't want mice. So if you had a compost bin, which would be insane, in your basement, or say a trash can composter, mice would get right in there. They would love that warm, goopy mess, and it would be great for them. So I guess if you like having mice around, go for it, but I highly doubt you do. Second, ants, flies, other critters. So even if you had a pile or a compost tumbler, for example, where you would think of that as being pretty enclosed, they'd still be able to get in through the vents. So you're still going to have plenty of activity and interest. Who knows, there might be roaches or something crazy like that. So that's why, again, it's not going to work. And if you have a compost tumbler that doesn't have vents and is actually airtight, get rid of it because that's ridiculous. We need to compost aerobically with oxygen. If you're going to do it anaerobically, that's okay, but you wouldn't want to do that inside your house because that will really reek. Next, leachate. This is a big one. Food is made of mostly water, and you're adding lots of damp materials. All that moisture kind of goes down to the bottom. So if you had something in your basement, you're going to have an issue with water. And that's why when you compost using worms, which is appropriate, you have a bucket underneath your system. So you may have seen my videos on the worm in system. And yeah, you just have a bucket under there. Every once in a while you get a drip, and I just dump that back in through the top. So that's a proper way to deal with leachate. But any other system, you're not going to really be able to collect it properly. And then regarding odor, the reason vermicomposting doesn't really have any crazy odor is because the worms are able to very quickly process through all the food that you throw at them. As to where in a regular compost pile, aerobic decomposition, it takes a little bit longer. Even if you're doing it at a really fast rate, hot composting, if you did that inside, you're still going to have issues with odor. And then lastly, what about the mess? What are you going to do when you have finished compost? If you have a full bin, that's going to be so heavy. Think of how heavy a full worm bag is, let alone a compost tumbler. So I wouldn't even want to mess with that. So I guess that kind of leads to another question is, how do I make it through the winter? So really the goal is to try and have as much space as you possibly can, but also collect as many leaves as you can, because that's going to be the hard part as you're going through the winter months, is having enough cover material for when you're really depositing into your pile. This time of year, my compost pile outside starts to get really mountainous, and that's because decomposition starts to slow down in the slower temperatures, although that didn't quite happen yet because we're having some freakishly hot weather right now. But anyway, just make sure you have plenty of extra cover materials with you, and you have the extra capacity. Maybe that means a second trash can composter or a second compost bin. But, composting does happen year round. It just really slows to a crawl when it gets cold, but it's not the end of the world. And if you're going to compost inside with worms, that's always fun to do too. I kind of neglect my worms during the rest of the year, but now's the time where I really start to pay attention to them and divert most of my efforts indoors. So I hope that all made sense and I addressed your question. And I also wanted to take the time to let you know that I do have a free email course about composting in 7 simple steps. And that's because I need composting to be as simple as possible for you, because if it isn't, you're not going to do it. And if you don't do that, you're missing out on the most important activity that we can all do as responsible people in terms of recycling and reducing waste, because this is more important than recycling as far as I'm concerned, because you're in control of the situation. So I want you to compost as much as possible, and I want you to have fun with it. So also, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment for me or shoot me a message, whatever you need to do. But get in touch because I want to ensure that composting is easy for you. So thanks for watching. Again, sign up for my email course. I have an ebook coming very soon that I'm excited about, and I will talk to you soon. Have a good one.